Welcome to Market of the Moment. I know we've been gone for a little bit. I'm Don Chakowski with Fidelity National Title.
And I'm Sharon Terhune with Fidelity National Title.
And we're excited to be back. You know, we took a little time off. We did a new format. We are maybe a little more polished now. Maybe got some good vibes happening on the new appearance. You guys are going to have to let us know what you think.
So speaking of the new format, Don, you just met with Don Matheson from Remax Fine Properties. And Don kind of probably went into a little bit about how he leveraged everything he worked on to get where he's at in the luxury market, which I'm excited to hear.
Yeah, it was a great conversation. Why don't we take a look at it?
Great.
So Don, I talk with agents across the valley all the time and that are looking to get into the luxury space. And you've been doing it for a long time and have really built some great success around your partnerships in that space. Can you kind of walk us through your real estate journey, how you have come to grow the business the way you have and build the partnerships that you have?
Right. Yeah, that's a good question and great comment. I mean, we moved here from Canada in 1995, and really we started prospecting people pretty much every day, 100 connected calls a day, Jenny and myself. And so we talked to 200 people a day. And now, things have changed, obviously, with Do Not Call registry, but we established our first website 23 years ago now, AZ Golf Homes. And then about 14, 15 years ago, we bought ScottsdaleRealEstate.com, and we have DCRanchHomes.com. We have many other URLs that are parked, but they've served us well. I think then you got to kind of pick a neighborhood that suits your personality and personality type and your ability to feel comfortable in that neighborhood. And we picked North Scottsdale, and we live in DC Ranch, so we know North Scottsdale and PV for that matter. We've done many transactions in Paradise Valley and other luxury neighborhoods, and our team has been very successful at supporting us in areas that were in the metro area. So and luxury is kind of a funny thing. I mean, if you're coming from an area where a luxury home could be $250,000 to $350,000, and here a luxury home now would be $1 million minimum. And so it's a different thing to different people and depends on your background. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, well, and so Don, did I hear that right? So in the very beginning, you and Jenny were hitting the phones. Is that how you were reaching out to so many people each day when you first started in the business?
Yeah, pretty much. In preparation of coming to America, we got a road map, believe it or not, a map of Metro Phoenix, and we memorized all the streets or the street names from north to south, and east to west is pretty easy because they're all streets and avenues. But we got ready to know the geography, know the territory, that kind of thing. And then it just kind of morphed from there. And, our websites, all of a sudden you have 1, you have 2, you have 3, you have 4. And then also you kind of have to be a bit of a random thinker and say, hey, how can I be involved? Who can I be involved with? We were on the board of the Scottsdale Chamber for over a decade, which was very helpful to get, embrace the community and volunteer. We're in other charity groups that we support and support hospitals through charitable giving. And obviously we support the animal shelter because we have dogs. And so, it's something near and dear to our heart. So all those things are very helpful. I think that, making sure that you're in contact with people every day. And I think one of the coaches that I had a while back said, if you don't have any appointments today, go out and see somebody. So, I think that's, really good, and going from there would be a great thing. So.
Can you tell me a little bit about so you mentioned the chamber and how that was something you did for over 10 years. So I'm guessing a lot of that was related to business networking, as business owners and entrepreneurs are probably great potential clients for you as well.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it gave me access to a lot of people that normally I wouldn't have access to. And really it's a slow moving thing. I mean, you can't just say, hey, you want to sell your house or I'd like to be your agent or anything, but people have to get to know you, and you have to be pretty transparent about what you do and how you go about doing it. And then, over a period of time, you you do get, you get to know the mayor, you get to know your, political figures in your city, which is very helpful too. And, it just morphs. And I think being in groups that are consistent with who you are and how you are. I'm in a group out of Chicago there's 44 guys, and I've been in that for about 16, 17 years. And we get together 3 times a year, two times partial, spring and fall here. And then we all get together in Kohler, Wisconsin once a year to play golf for 4 or 5 days. And that's really a great thing. So, they've gotten to know me, I've gotten to know them. And, I've been very lucky that they've entrusted me with finding them their home here. So,
Excellent.
yeah, it's pretty good that way,
Excellent. And then, so golf's come up a couple times already, and obviously that's one of your passions. And you mentioned staying who you are and true to that, and that helps you define your career. I know that that's something you particularly target as well, right? You target golf communities as far as knowing those communities, knowing the people in those communities, and helping somebody who's looking to come here from a different area to be able to get with you, and you already know what you're talking about when that conversation's happening.
Yeah, we do. And our flagship website, azgolfhomes.com, is under construction right now, and the new edition should be live here in the next week to 2 weeks. It takes a lot of work when you renovate a website. It's just not that easy to have somebody do it. There's a lot of platforms involved in that and a lot of engineering involved in it, a lot of information gathering. It can take, well, it depends, if you want to do it really right, it can take as long as a year. And so, we're really, really excited about the new edition of AZ Golf Homes, like super stoked about it. I think it's going to be great. And then we'll probably go and renovate Scottsdale Real Estate, even though we did that about 3 years ago, just to keep fresh and current. And, we have great organic positioning. We get about 300 new leads a month, up to 10 a day from them. So that's been great to us too. And, lead follow-up, is pretty basic. CRM is pretty basic. And we have a young gal on our team who just follows up on all the leads and makes sure I'm where I have to be, at the right time. So
Excellent.
It's good. And I think just doing the right thing, is what's important,
Right.
And it's kind of like what Gandhi said, it's not where the shirt is made, it's where the cotton came from. So taking personal responsibility for your actions, I think, is a good thing. We totally believe in that. And, I always say I'd rather eat a hot dog or macaroni and cheese than do something untoward to any of our clients or people that we, friends or people that we know. So, it's just kind of, that's our belief. And, in luxury, some agents think, well, you have to drive a big fancy car and you have to wear this, you have to carry this purse and that purse and all that kind of stuff. And, I look at it and I go, I don't know. We drive nice cars, Jenny and I, but they're not the most expensive cars, because we really don't want to drive our marketing budget.
Right.
And I think that, that's a great danger most agents get into. And agents don't realize that, hey, guess what? You're a small business and you got to run it like a business. So, and you got to pay your taxes. Some agents don't. So, and that's really a slippery slope if you get involved in that. But luxury's been good. I mean, you got so many factors that are driving luxury right now.
Right. I think that it's really important to note that when we look at your journey, to start from making cold calls, right? That's what, and we talk to people about that all the time and the importance of making those kind of calls in their business, and what a great way to build a foundation. And, and that doesn't have to be your career for 25, 30 years of making cold calls, but it's a great place to start when you're trying to build relationships and build connections. So starting there, then building into that networking and getting connected to the community, getting to know those things. And it doesn't matter whether it's luxury or traditional homes, more family style homes, it's still that same model, right?
It is still the same model, and now it's more, I would say, sphere of influence, because or past clients, or those are good groups to call, because for you or the individual agent, they're not on the do not call registry. And I think that it's kind of more warm calling now. And I think any agent, if they're starting out, can still do warm calling.
Right, for sure.
And still ask, hey, I just thought I'd give you a quick call today, see how you're all doing. This is a business call, by the way. And I was just curious to know if you know anybody that's thinking of buying or selling a home in the next 30 to 90 days. It's just that simple. And there's certain trainers out there. I think I'd advise a new agent to get with a training company, whether it's Brian Buffini, Tom Ferry, Mike Ferry. I'm with Mike. I like him because he doesn't try to sell you stuff. He just teaches you sales skills, which teaches you listing skills. And the better listener you become, the better you can, serve your clients. And again, it's not an easy business, but if you're proper in the way, your manner and the way you go about doing it, it can be very, very rewarding.
Excellent. So, so currently you're relying, I shouldn't say relying, but you leverage your websites to help to drive new relationships as well. And obviously it sounds like you've made a big investment into that. And now with AZ Golf Homes, when is that relaunch happening on azgolfhomes.com?
It should probably be by February 7th, I think.
Okay, excellent. So right around the time this is going to air, this will be, it'll be up.
It'll be live then. And it's live now. It's just that it's going to have a lot more functionality. And I think we got the right company doing the work for us. I mean, hey, I've been out in space for a long time, and I've been ripped off for hundreds of thousands of dollars on the internet and on websites and buying leads and this platform and that platform. And, at the end of the day, we just want to rely on our own ability to get our space in place in space, rather. We want to rely on just ourselves. And a couple of people in my mastermind have gone that direction too, because they don't want to rely on anything but their own efforts to create that sort of consumer experience online. So that's kind of where we're at.
Excellent. Well, Don, I thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today. So when you're not selling real estate or on the golf course, what else is it you're doing in your spare time?
I tend to read a lot.
Okay.
I work out a little, not very little. Ever since COVID hit, I stopped going to the gym, so I'm a little fatter than normal. But cooking's a big thing for me. But I would say that reading, I like to read different books. Hey, I only went to grade 11, so anybody who only went to grade 11 can make it. I think anybody out there can make it. And if you just have the right drive and desire, and you're able to self-educate. Great book right now I'm reading is Wealthy Gardener. So
Excellent.
I'd recommend that.
Awesome.
It's kind of interesting,
I'll be picking up a copy for sure. So,
okay.
Well, Don, thank you
Good
so
to
much.
see you, Don.
Yeah, thank you for spending time with us. I know
Yeah,
by
you
the time
bet.
this airs, your birthday will have already passed, but I know you've got a birthday coming up this weekend. And
Saturday.
yeah.
It'll be 72. Who would have known?
72 years young. I love it. So, all right, Don. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate your time and look forward to catching up with you soon.
Yeah, you bet. I look forward to it. Thanks, Don.
Thanks.
Appreciate having me on.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Wow, that was great. Don shared so much invaluable information with us on what it took for him to excel in the luxury market. And I'll tell you, he shared such great information, guys. That is incredible. Thank you, Don, for doing that.
Yeah, we really appreciate his time and all that. We know he's super busy.
Super busy.
Yeah, and he talked so much about how he built up in the market. And, we've got so many things and changes happening in the market right now. Why don't we actually go to Mindy Jones with the Amy
perfect.
Jones Group right now for our market update.
Thanks, Don and Sharon. It's a great time to talk about what's happening in the real estate market. I think think this is actually the first time that we've had a chance to get to you since the beginning of the new year, and it's been really interesting to see now that we're headed into the second month of the year exactly how the markets are going to start to play out. So we ended last year with a decreasing amount of inventory. We've already told you that there is a lack of inventory here in the Valley, and headed into the second month, unfortunately, of 2022, it is no better. We have about 5,500 homes on the market as compared to about 25 to 30,000, which is what we would need to be in a balanced market. The issue with this type of a lack of inventory in our real estate space is that we're going to continue to see appreciation far higher than I think most people expected. We are currently sitting at about a 28% appreciation. So if you bought a home at $400,000 at the beginning of last year, you do the math, you've got quite a bit in there. Whether you leverage that equity through a home equity line of credit, a refinance with a cash out, or you do what many of our sellers are giving us a call right now to talk about, which is getting the home on the market and solving more than just house needs with their sale. So with their purchase, they're able to put a significant down payment, different than they were able to 2, 3, even 4 years ago. Simultaneously, they're able to use some of that extra equity to pay off credit card debt that they've gotten themselves into, put money aside for kids as they head off to college. So you've got a lot of opportunity in the real estate market that clients have not seen, if ever, for many years. We're also seeing a lot of people take advantage of being able to purchase rental properties. So for many people, they just never thought they'd be able to get into the landlord space. And we're still seeing many folks buying their first or second rental property in this market. The beauty is that with prices that are appreciating expected anywhere between 10 and 20% over the next year, you're able to get into a property, be able to put some upgrades into it if it's something that you need to do. And even with interest rates where they're at, and we know that they're still climbing, able to cash flow with the price of rents today. In fact, there's a new development going in down the street. You guys have probably seen it over by Agrotopia. Epicenter, 3-bedroom apartments in there are $5,000 a month. So that makes the resale market still look pretty good. I don't know exactly what it's going to take for the inventory situation to shore up. Demand, not excessive, but certainly still good. Rental properties, still lucrative. New construction opportunities throughout the East Valley and across the Valley. I really don't know how this inventory situation is going to flip. So we're going to keep an eye on interest rates. We'll keep you updated on what's happening in the local real estate market from an inventory perspective. Stay tuned to Market of the Moment. Thanks, guys.
Mindy, thank you so much for so much information. It's crazy, all the ups and downs that are happening.
The market just keeps on changing, doesn't it? Well, speaking of the market changing, why don't we get right into a mortgage update with our friend Amber Kovarik with Guild Mortgage. Amber, what is going on in the lending world today in 2022? Can't wait to hear.
Thanks, Don and Sharon. I'm so excited to get you guys a quick market update and let you know that interest rates, everyone's been talking about it. They have been on the rise. January was a very epic month in regards to what happened with interest rates, and most of that movement happened in the first week of January. The last time we've seen interest rates move as much as they did was in 2013, which was the last time that we had a taper tantrum, essentially a reaction to the Fed's news on their bond purchase program ending, very similar to what we've been experiencing here. We've seen interest rates go up about 0.5% since the beginning of the year, but over the last couple of weeks, we've been fairly flat. The expectation was a rise in interest rates. We got it faster than we were expecting, and it's still unclear as to if we're going to see a correction in February, interest rates come back down, or if they're going to continue to rise. It's really a 50-50 gamble right now. So the message that we continue to tell our clients is that although interest rates are higher than last year, we are still at 40-year lows in interest rates. We are still talking rates in the 3s for most of our clients, which is unprecedented. We got super duper spoiled, and now we've still got to remember it's an incredible time to be buying, and that the longer we wait, the more likely it is that the home will cost us more because prices are definitely going up, and there's definitely more room for rates to rise. So let's continue to be the calm, remind them why it's still a great time to buy. If you have any other questions on the market, please don't hesitate to reach out. It's such an honor to be able to provide this information to you. And if you have questions for an appraiser, what's going on? You've seen some appraisal reports coming in that you've got questions on. We're having Jay Josephs into my office in Chandler tomorrow from 10 to 11. Go ahead and shoot me a message. I can get you the information, get you on the list. It'll be an amazing class. His content is incredible.
Guys, thank you so much for joining Don and I today. Really a fun morning. We are looking for you to share this video and give us comments on how we can make it better, because we're always looking to make things better, and we want to bring information that you want to hear about.
And if there's other people you'd like to see us have on as guests, we'd love to hear about that as well. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to seeing you next week. We've got great guests for this whole month of February.
Ciao.